Okay, so episode 6 of Yashahime just aired, and here's what happened. It's more or less a reimagination of chapters 393 to 395, if I'm not mistaken. What the difference between those chapters and this episode is kind of like minor. So those chapters never were adapted into anime with the original gang. So we're kind of getting that similar story, but repurposed for Yashahime. Okay, so here's where the manga and the anime differ. The manga has InuYasha and gang pretty much stumble upon this temple, and they go in there because it's raining. So they're immediately greeted by this nun, and they're like, okay, let's stay here for the night. So in comparison, the anime has Toa and friends pretty much meet this monk rather than a nun, and they kind of go on this little shenanigans about the monk looking like this idol that's from the present. Whereas in the manga, it was Midoriko kind of like flirting with the nun. Which InuYasha does to then point out that the whole temple smells like demons, and that he indicates that the nun is human because she doesn't smell like a demon. Kind of the same parallels that this current episode did with the priest or the monk. So instead of just being attacked by the cats while laying down and resting, we have like Shibbo kind of like open his eyes suddenly, and then like you see like the nuns, a group of nuns on top of the ceiling, and they come down attacking everyone. But they were also technically cats in disguise, demon cats. So after doing that, we have Midoriko and InuYasha kind of leave to go under the temple, kind of like what Moroha and Satsuna end up doing. And pretty much inside, you have Kagome gets attacked by the nun, but Toa in an instance gets attacked by the priest or the monk. Fun fact, this chapter is actually where we discover Kirara's age, which she's less than 300 years old, as the demon does note that they're over 300 years old, which this demon monk also does, but it doesn't hold any real significance, as in the whole purpose of that scene in the manga was so that everyone knows that Kirara is actually less than 300 years old and too young to actually know Midoriko. It was kind of Rumiko Takahashi's way of saying, hold up anime, that ain't canon. So as it was mentioned by Miyoga, InuYasha does have Dragon Scale, which he then uses to save the nun. He's capable of absorbing or ripping out the demonic entity, thus saving the nun. But in this one, Satsuna actually has a power not necessarily similar, but kind of interesting. Like I don't know what it's doing per se. It allows the wielder to kind of like hold in like kind of like a spiritual tape or bandage to bind the demon down, and then allows her to pierce it and then remove the demonic entity from it. Now it's gonna be very interesting to see what everyone's powers are gonna evolve into, and just seeing especially Toa's, like what is her powers. Hers is kind of like the most foreign of all of everyone else's powers. I feel like we understand Moroha's abilities, and I think Satsuna's abilities are kind of like simple. Wow, like, this is very unique, energy based power. It reminds me kind of Kirara from Yu Yu Hakusho. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. So I also wanted to address something, like before we're done with this video, of course. Just want to dabble on, like, is this gonna be a continuous theme that we're just gonna re-explore or revisit all of the old stuff that wasn't properly adapted into the actual original series? Like, are we gonna get some more chapters? I mean, there's a couple of demons that never actually made it to the anime, but oh well, guess we'll find out next week.